What's up, everybody? It's Dowhauer again. Hi, you're up there, I'm down here. It's a perfect day, beautiful day. It's a Sunday, shitty outside, nice in the shop. Go to my videos, build you one, you can do it. So sorry today, but got the shorts on, flip-flops. Totally bumming today, man. I'm totally bumming, working my ass off, so here we are. So today, we're gonna talk about concrete. I see so many horrible concrete jobs from professional companies. I see, it's so bad. It's so bad. So I was actually doing a job and concrete had no rebar in it. I have people ask me all the time, is rebar that important in concrete? Does it do that much? Blah, 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 blah. It does. It actually does a huge, huge job. Now, most concrete guys I see, they don't put it in right. They don't put it on chairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through just a small portion, just a little square of concrete, but I'm going to show you how most concrete should be done to get the best strength, longevity, everything. And concrete's so expensive. You guys need to know this. Everybody needs to know this. If you touch any concrete anywhere, you need to know these simple facts so you can cover yourself when somebody comes out and looks at it, prices it to you, bids it, shows you stuff that you're like, whoa, whoa, where's this, where's that, why aren't you doing this? And then see the bullshit excuses fly. Now, there are actually some cities in my area that they actually won't let you put rebar in the driveway where it hooks to their road. And so there's cities out there that are even telling people you can't do this. It's bullshit. It's your money, it's your concrete. You need to make it as strong and last as long as you can. So, further ado, let's get to it. Now, you're not gonna see me because I'm gonna rotate you down to see what we're doing. So I'm gonna kind of show you everything the best I can. All right, so just give me a second. I'm gonna slide you down. Okay, now, what I've done, this is obviously not to scale. This is just to show you what we're doing. So I took a 2x6, cut it up, screwed it together, and I actually just put plastic over it just so I can do this concrete for you guys and actually pour it in and actually show you, what we do and how you're supposed to do it. So this plastic, obviously, you don't have to put in there. I'm just putting it in there so I can get it out easy, okay? So first thing we want to talk about, let's say you're pouring a driveway pad. You're pouring a pad in your shop, in your shed, on your sidewalk. Doesn't matter. You have to have something frame your concrete. So we're going to get away from the simple things. So once you get the concrete form done, this obviously can be, 1 foot square. It can be up to 500 square feet, or this is just going to show you a guide. Okay, so we have our form and we're going to pretend that this is on the floor, on the ground. So outside, this is dirt. Okay, I want you to think that this is dirt because I actually don't have just some fresh dirt to throw on there. Okay, but this is dirt. So you peeled your form, we have our dirt. Now, once we have our form, and we have our dirt, okay? What we're gonna do now, there can be bad dirt underneath your forms. That's something we can talk about later. If you have a question, you can ask it because that's a whole different thing. So we're just gonna stay with the concrete today, okay? So we have our forms, we have our dirt. So what do? So most concrete guys say, yeah, we'll do it. It's however much, blah, 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 yada, yada, whatever, okay? So typically you'll have dirt, and then I actually have a bag of rock that I'm gonna dump in there just to show you. So give me a sec here. Get the bag up. Now, when we put these rocks in here, okay, the rest in there real quick. Okay, remember, this is not the scale, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna put gravel. Now, some people use 3/4, 1 inch, all those are fine. What I really like to use, if I can get it, is rock dust. And it's literally what you think it is. It's literally the dust that's collected when they make these rocks, and it's actually really fine. And what you do is you put it in place of the rock, and it actually settles even less than the rock. So the whole goal here is we want it to be compacted down. We want it to be tight. We want that concrete sitting on a firm foundation. And that's the problem with a lot of concrete guys, is they'll do everything right, but it won't be on the foundation right. And that'll ruin everything. That'll give you all the problems that you don't want. So what we usually like to do is when you put the rock down, we typically like to see 4 to 6 inches of rock, okay? Depending on the situation, depending on where you're at, 4 to 6 inches of rock on top of the dirt, okay? So we got our dirt, put our rock on top of it. Let's just say this is gonna be a slab that holds an air conditioner, okay? Let's just say that's it. It's obviously going to be a lot bigger, but that's what we're building, okay? So we got our rock. Now, very important stuff, okay? You have to have rebar. Now, people are going to tell you different, okay? Once again, I love Home Depot. Grip Right, high chairs, okay? They're actually they're exactly what they sound like. You can buy them at Home Depot. See this? So it's an actual chair that sits on the rock. So what we want to do is, like I said, there's a million different ways to do this. It depends on your shape, forms, all that. But this is just a square piece. We're not going all the way. I just want to show you. Just remember that, okay? But typically, what you're going to do in a situation, okay? Now, I'm going to bury this a little just so when we get the concrete in there, it does what I want it to do and everything, but that's kind of what we're going for, but I want it to look a little bit better than that. Okay, so these chairs will actually hook to your rebar. Okay, now there's going to be somebody that's going to say, oh, that's bullshit, this is bullshit, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. That's fine. I don't care if somebody wants to chime in and say, hey, I like to do it this way or I like to do it that way. I'm probably going to disagree with what they say unless it's a special circumstance, because like I said, I've been doing construction, very high-end construction, for many years, and I don't know, I just feel this is the correct way to do it. And if somebody else has their own way that they like to do it, that they enjoy, well, then that's that's absolutely fine too. Okay, so basically that's what you're going to see. Okay, you're going to put chairs on the rock, you're going to put your rebar in the chairs. Now, this rebar, obviously, if it was real, we want this rebar to go out to here, and these two out to there and out to there to cover the whole area. Now, you see those chairs, okay, they're sitting on that rock. We got about 1.5 to 2 inches, give or take, of concrete that can go between there. So really, what I would like to see is if we're pouring 4 inches of concrete, this is between it. If we're pouring 6 inches, it's between it, right? That's the whole key and goal, is to try to keep this in between it. So if we do our base right and we do our rebar right and everything else, we're going to be strong. Okay. So the other thing that we want to talk about real quick, since we got the rebar in there and we're thinking about it, is compact. Okay. We want to compact this rock. If you use just rock, you want to go get a compactor. They make hand ones. They make walk behind ones. They make all kinds of stuff. But you're just going to go across this rock and compact it all in. So we're taking all that room out of there, all that air out of there. Once you compact that rock, now we're sitting on a good foundation again. So the other thing that you always want to make sure you're doing, got these at Home Depot again, grip right bar ties. Okay, so these are actually what you tie the rebar together with. Now I do not have the tool with me, it's in my work van. So we're just gonna have to go without it. I'll be right back. Let me grab a tool. So basically what we're gonna be doing, and a lot of people are gonna tell you, well, I use regular wire, I use this, I use that, I don't use that crap, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I like to use this stuff is not only is it made to be in the concrete, but it's easy to use when you have the tool to do it. Now, like I said, I don't have it with me right now, but that's basically what your wire tie is going to be. Okay? That's what your bag looks like. Remember, this is what our stands look like, our chairs, whatever you want to call them. Now, great thing about these is there's a tool that when you twist this around the rebar, you stick it in this hole and that hole and you just twist it tight. Now, if you're not doing a huge job, you don't need it, obviously. But I have one, do quite a bit. So, all you're going to do is you're literally just going to take this wire. Now, we're going to do it by hand, but you're going to take this wire and you're going to twist it together to where you're pulling these two pieces of rebar down tight and close. And then when you're done, you want to push all this wire down so you're getting it in the concrete. Now, once again, you see it all falling, right? Well, once we get it all wired up, it's not going to fall anywhere. So it's just another nice way of, okay, so you're just going to tie it. And I mean, it really doesn't even matter. I can do it with my hands just because we're, okay. Now we're going to do our other corner. And obviously I'll get these a little more flat as we go. But like I said, the tool makes it really, really easy. Now you don't want to go too tight on this wire because it's not like it's it's not like it's structural wire. This wire is simply only to hold the rebar together until the concrete gets on everything and holds everything together. So that's legitimately all our rebar tie wire is doing. But we want it to be the right stuff and we want to do it the right way. Now, a lot of guys, like I said, they use regular wire. That's fine. If that's what they want to use, that's what they can use. But I like to use what's made for the product. Okay, now, I'm going to get some of this rock through here, just so it looks a little bit better, so you can kind of see what we're going for. Okay, so we're going to tie off this last piece. Now remember, if you got a big rock or something, you know, underneath here, go ahead and move stuff around. You're not going to hurt anything. And you'd rather have more concrete between here than none. Okay, now there's obviously where you want to be and where you don't want to be thickness wise, but You'll get it. You'll know exactly what you want to do if you've done it a couple times. And I urge you guys, if you got a little pad to do or something, try it. It's so easy and it's concrete. Who gives a shit what it looks like? If it's strong, if it's there, if it's held in, it's your concrete. Who gives a shit? You're doing it way cheaper than anybody else can do it for you. Plus, if you haven't done it, get out and do it, because I know you can do it. And everybody's like, ooh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Guarantee you can. Okay, so we have our form. We've put our rock on our dirt. Okay, we've compacted our rock down. We put our chairs in. We put our rebar in. We've tied our rebar. So now what are we going to do? Okay, so now what we're going to do is, I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm going to go get our concrete and we'll go from there. So we're just going to keep pouring. I know it's boring, but I think it's something that's important that you should see. I want to talk about real quick is any concrete pad, driveway, anything, 4 inches minimum of concrete. Minimum, okay? Minimum. Don't let anybody tell you can go 3, 2, 3. No, 4. 4 is the magic number. If you can afford it, go 6. If you can go 6 instead of 4 inches on anything you're doing, you would be amazed the structural integrity that gives you and the strength for those 2 extra. But that is what it is. But just keep in mind that that's what you want. All right, don't make fun of me. This is heavier than it looks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the rest in, you know, just so you see what we're wanting, just so you see what we should be getting. Okay. Okay, so see how the rest of that I'm pouring out of that bucket isn't quite so thin. Now, obviously, the hotter it is out, the more water you're going to want in your concrete. The colder it is, probably more than not, the less concrete you're going to want. Now, putting rebar in your concrete is not going to keep the concrete just from simply cracking. The way concrete is formed, the way concrete is made, the material used, blah, 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 it's going to crack. That's the only guarantee that concrete is ever going to give you, is it is going to crack. Now, using rebar, what we're doing is we are limiting that when it cracks, it's not breaking apart and actually becoming a structural problem. That's when you start spending the big money and you start replacing stuff. And that's why we're doing this, is because if you do concrete right and you take your time and you use the right folks and you do it the way it's supposed to be done, concrete will last a very, very, very long time. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to let this concrete set up, and my next video, when it totally dries, we are going to take it out of the forms and we're going to start dropping it on the ground, and we're going to start hitting it with hammers and we're gonna have a little fun with it. So, just so I can see you a little bit. Okay, so there we are. That's what we want it to look like, right? Now, obviously, sorry, I don't know if you're shaking or not. Obviously, when we get done with the concrete, nobody does it. Nobody does it. I've even seen foundation companies not do it, but they make a little vibrating tool that you can rent at Home Depot, you can rent anywhere, you can buy cheap. It literally has an end on it that vibrates, okay? And when the concrete is fresh like this, you take the end of that and you literally just walk through, or you know, I don't know what the hell it sounds like, but you know what I mean. But anyway, it's gonna go through that concrete and see all these little bubbles that are popping up, okay? That is nothing but an air pocket in our concrete. We don't want that, okay? So with that vibrator tool, it breaks up all those air pockets and makes that concrete more uniform and more solid. It's totally worth every penny, but most people don't do it. I'm telling you, if you do these things, these little extra things that most people don't do, you're gonna love your concrete and it's gonna last for years and years and years. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I know this looks dumber than shit, but this is the best view I could give you guys. So anyway, next time we're gonna break it apart. We're gonna see how strong it was. We're gonna look at the bottom of it and just see where we went and if there's anything we need to do. So any questions, any comments, let me know. If you think I'm a dumbass, let me know, I can take it. If you have a question, let me know. Let me help you out. But anyway, if you would, I really appreciate a thumbs up and a like and whatever the hell else they want. I don't know. But anyway, enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. It's going to suck ass. You know it is. But who gives a shit? Go. Get it done. Take care of it. Enjoy it. If anybody's a dick to you, tell them to piss off. Kiss your ass. Don't let them worry you. Have a good one.